What is up, guys? Top tier Yu-Gi-Oh here. Today is officially the beginning of a brand new format, and let's kick things off with a bang with some Burning Abyss Orcust combos. Let's go ahead and start with the basics. We have the 3-card combo, just ending on the basic Orcust combo, the board of Galatea, Dingirsu, and Crescendo. That's what we're going to start with, and then I'm going to slowly show you guys in this video how we're going to play around cards like Super Poly and Nibiru, just because they're so common, and we don't want to get blown out by those cards. And so let's go ahead and get into this first combo, because this is what serves as the basis for the entire deck. Alright, so once again, for this combo, we're just going to need 2 Burning Abyss monsters, and then 1/3 monster that is able to be special summon or normal summon, that is a dark monster that is not a fiend, not a fairy type. And so the way this combo works is that we're going to actually go into Curious, and that's why we need the 3rd monster to be a different type, but still dark. And so to do this combo, we're going to start by special summoning both of our Burning Abyss monsters. We can normal summon them, but why waste your normal summon if you don't have to? Special summon both of them. Link both of them into a Cherubini. Next, you will activate Cherubini's effect. You're going to send Graph to the graveyard and special summon Seer from your deck. This is a very important step. It's how most of your combos start, because it gives you a point to where, like, your opponent doesn't really want to Nibiru you here because you have Seer to get something back, still be able to combo, so it kind of protects you. But it also allows you to extend as well. And so this is a very important point in the combo, because once you use Seer's effect, you're very susceptible to something like Nibiru or a hand trap because you have no more recursion. So this is very important. Next, what you want to do is summon your 3rd monster. And now you have a dark fairy, a dark fiend, and a dark not fairy or fiend, in this case a beast. So that is going to allow us to go into Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion. Now what we want to do is activate Curious's effect at Chainlink 1, Seer's effect at Chainlink 2 targeting Cherubini. So this allows us to actually chain block the Curious. We all know that Ash Blossom is the most common hand trap in the game. Well, they're not going to be able to Ash Blossom the Curious, and so if they're holding out for something like that, well, sorry. So we're going to revive the Cherubini, and then Curious is going to send Harp Horror to the graveyard. And this is how we're going to start our Orcust plays. So we're going to banish the Harp from the graveyard, special summon symbols, link the symbols in the Cherubini into a Galatea. And then Galatea and the Curious will be linked into a Longirsu. We can go for Longirsu or a second Galatea here, but I prefer the Longirsu just so you have it in the grave, so that next turn your symbols has a really powerful play to break your opponent's board. If you're playing against Thunder, well, you can clear those easily with Longirsu. If you're playing against a mirror match, you can clear their Dingirsu really easily, and so I actually really like having Longirsu in the graveyard. But for now, what we're going to do is banish the symbols, special summon Galatea, and then we are going to use Galatea's effect. We have Harp Horror and Symbol Skeletons in the banish zone. We are going to shuffle one of them back into the deck in order to set Crescendo. Finally, we are going to overlay Dingirsu over the Longirsu to attach the other one. And so this is pretty much the board. 2 Burning Abyss monsters, 1 non-Burning Abyss, one non-Burning Abyss dark monster that is not a fiend or a fairy type, and that's this combo pretty much. Just set this up for our next turn because we have Crescendo, we have our Orcust plays, we're probably going to still have a Harp in the graveyard. We have a very good board that's tough to get over. We have protection and a follow-up play, so this is a really good combo. This is a really good combo, but it doesn't really allow you to play around hand traps very well, and so what I want to show you in this next one is how we can kind of make a really good board but still play around some of the common disruptions right now. And so let's go ahead and move into the next one. Alright, so for this second combo, this is going to be with 2 Burning Abyss monsters and a Harp Horror. This is going to allow us to play around Nibiru. It doesn't bottleneck our plays by forcing us to make it Curious to get into our Orcust engine. And it also helps us not really play around Super Poly, but it helps give us a board that's a little more resilient to it. So let's go ahead and get into this combo. And so it starts off the same as the last one, and as pretty much every other combo in this deck. Special summon 2 Burning Abyss monsters, link into Cherubini. Cherubini's effect will dump Graph. Graph will special summon Seer. Next, what we will do is normal summon the Harp Horror, and this is actually our 5th summon. We have Cherubini, which is 1, the 2 Burning Abyss monsters, that's 2, Seer and Harp, that's 5. And our opponent is not going to Nibiru us here. That would be ridiculous because we would get Seer's effect and we would still have Harp Horror's effect in the graveyard. This would result in a full Orcust combo for them. So they would be a full to Orcust combo here. But if they wait, they're never going to do it at all because we link all 4 of these away into an Appaloosa. Now what we're going to do is activate Seer's effect to revive Cherubini. And then from here, we banish the harp from the graveyard to special summon Galatea. Not Galatea, Symbol Skeletons. Ooh. Link Symbol Skeletons and Cherubini into Galatea. Galatea will use the effect to shuffle back the Symbol Skeletons, set Crescendo, and boom. So now we have a board that can't be super polyed because we only have one dark monster. We have 3 negates on the Appaloosa, so we have 4 total negates. This can't be destroyed by battle, and we still have a bunch of other cards in our hand to protect us. Or not to protect us, but to follow up with on the next turn. So this is a really good combo that plays around Nibiru, plays around Super Poly, and still allows us to set up for that next turn. So this is a really cool play. Now, if we have another monster in hand that can be special summoned, then we can extend on this even more. So if, let's say, we had a danger now, then what we could also do is link these away into Longirsu, and then use the Symbol Skeletons to revive the Galatea, summon Ningirsu on top of that. And this is sometimes an arguably better board because now we have the Crescendo still live. We only have, or the Crescendo is live, but we still lose to Super Poly because we have 2 dark monsters now, but our board is protected. And the Ningirsu protects our opponent, or protects the Appaloosa from our opponent trying to just attack over it. Because a lot of times when you only have the 3 negations, they're going to bait with 1, but then it's down to 1600 attack. Most normal summons will get over that. And so we kind of want to play around that to an extent. Like normal summoning a Greffer attacks over a 1600 Appaloosa, then they can use the effect afterwards. We don't want that to happen. Of course, we still have the Crescendo, but it helps to have something to protect our Appaloosa from attacks. Now let's go ahead and move into the third and final combo for this video. Now again, there are still tons of other combos. If you guys are interested in more Burning Abyss Orcust combos, when this video gets to, let's say, 50 likes, I want to do a really good long form, in-depth combo video going over some of the 2-card combos, 3-card combos. There's more than this. 4-card, 5-card, 6 summon combos, which you can do in a 5-card hand. You can get to 5, 6, 7 summons. It's very possible depending on some of the main deck monsters you play. And I'm going to show you guys some of these plays and how in-depth and good they are. How you're playing around cards like Nibiru, Super Poly, Phantasme. How you're playing around Ash and Permanence, Veiler, Ogre. All the hand traps, all that are common, Gamma, and ways to just deal with your opponent's disruptions. How you're going to be playing this deck if this is a deck that you're interested in and choose to play. Because it is very fun, very powerful, and again, viable because it's one of the few decks now that has access to the Orcust engine. Right now, you really only have, Lunalight Orcust, Pure Orcust, and then nobody really knows yet what else can do that. Because not every deck can make Curious. Not every deck can just summon a Nightmare Mermaid and summon a Nightmare and then go into Orcust plays anymore. So it's not as common as it used to be, and it gives us a unique edge over the format because the Orcust cards are just that good. Like if we're playing against Thunder Dragon, Dingirsu and Longirsu destroy Thunder Dragons. So it gives us an edge in that matchup, plus we don't search very often. If we're playing against Salamangreat, Beatrice is great against Salamangreat. That gives us an edge in that matchup. And so again, this deck has unique matchups in this format right now, and it's something that a lot of other decks don't have access to. And so if you guys are interested in some of those combos, like this video, subscribe to the channel because I have a lot of Burning Abyss Orcust content that I could upload. And if this gets 50 likes, I'll do a really, really good combo video. Not one that's, short and sweet like this one. Well, I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. But let's go ahead and move into the third and final combo. Alright, so unlike the others, this is going to be a 4-card combo more or less. We just need, any 4 Burning Abyss monsters. It doesn't matter what they are. They don't even have to be Burning Abyss monsters, to be honest, but this is a Burning Abyss deck more or less. So let's show off what the Burning Abyss cards can do. You just need 4 summons, most of them being level 3. And so for this combo, what we're going to do is start by special summoning 2 of them. Going into Cherubini, dump Graph, summon Seer. So again, these are 3rd and 4th summons. Now what we're going to do is special summon another Burning Abyss monster. Is our opponent going to Nibiru us here? No, because we're going to get Seer's effect, so we're going to just revive Cherubini, we're going to have the token, plus the other cards in our hand, and we still combo off. So we're not getting Nibiru'd here. If we do, that's totally fine, actually. So now what we do is overlay both of these into a Dante. And once again, our opponent's not going to Nibiru us now either because we still have Seer. Now we have Dante. So we're reviving something, adding something back to hand. they would generally neg on the Nibiru summon in this case. So, I mean, they could, but you'd be fine, and they would just waste their Nibiru. Now what we're going to do is normal summon, or we could special summon it, but because we did have a Skarm, it's going to be better just to normal summon it, because we want that effect if we can get it. But it could be any normal summon, special summon, doesn't matter what it is. Just got to be, any monster, literally, in this case. Doesn't even have to be dark, doesn't have to be any certain type or anything, because we are going to be going into an Appaloosa. So it doesn't make sense for our opponent to Nibiru us before this, and doing it afterwards would be impossible. This is also wind, so it isn't susceptible to Super Poly in most cases. So we're going to activate Dante's effect, target Seer. Seer, target Dante. Or really, Dante could add anything back, it doesn't matter. We have other targets too. Because whatever we add back, like let's say we add back the Seer, we just discard it anyways to make Beatrice. And so this is actually just going to be our ending board here. We're going to be ending on Beatrice and Appaloosa. So this is still 1, 2, 3, 4 disruptions. And then assuming we're getting the Skarm Search in the end phase, we're going to be getting Tour Guide. And when we use Beatrice's effect, Dante's going to be adding back a Seer. Plus, whatever we send to the graveyard with Beatrice can potentially be a follow-up. So if we don't need to use this on one of our opponent's cards, we could dump a Harpour and then have a really good follow-up Orcust play on our next turn. And, so this is a really solid board, actually. Beatrice can also send Farfa to protect something from attacking over Appaloosa. So again, very tough board for the opponent to crack. And if they don't break this board, let's say you do use Beatrice's effect so we get the Seer back. I mean, you're going to use it regardless. If you don't need to use the Beatrice, you still use it just to get back the Seer and then just to get your Orcust play started if need be. And so what we would end up doing is normal summoning the Tour Guide. You'll probably special summon the Seer. We could link into something like, let's say, Nightmare Phoenix. We could activate Phoenix effect, destroy a back row, draw a card. Seer's effects could trigger. Seer could bring back the Dante, but what I like to bring back a lot of time in this case is Cherubini. So say we cleared a back row, we could use Cherubini's effect, dump a Cowcab, clear a second back row. Or if they have a monster, dump a Farfa, clear the monster. But either way, we're clearing 2 cards like this. We could link these two, or Beatrice and something else. We could link this into a Unicorn, clear a third monster. Let's say we have another, any other extender in our hand. It could be a danger, it could be, anything. We could summon that. Now we could go ahead and make a Boral Sword. Our opponent loses. Beatrice, Boral Sword's game. So this play is actually really strong. You're getting 4 disruptions, Appaloosa, Beatrice. You're able to set up really good follow-up plays. Like let's say you are able to dump a Harpour to the graveyard. You could have, this plus Orcust combos. And so it's actually really insane. So I do really like this play a lot. You're playing around Nibiru. You're playing around Super Poly. You're not really losing to any hand traps. The only thing you have to worry about is potentially Ash on the Graph or on the Cherubini. But not even the Cherubini if you started with a Rhino Warrior, which we didn't show in this combo. Or if you started with a Graph, actually. So really Graph is the main thing to stop it. They stop Graph. This play gets a lot harder. But, it's fine. Or if you open Seer. Like if you have 3 Burning Abyss monsters in Seer, you can just special summon the other Burning Abyss monsters, normal summon Seer, and then you're good. So this play is actually really strong, really versatile, plays around everything, gives you a great follow-up play, and it's easy to do. And so that is it for today's combo video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I shed some light on how this deck can play moving forward. And I know I see a lot of people on the Burning Abyss Facebook group talking about playing Malicious and Sulkius. Don't play those cards. Those cards are terrible. First of all, there's no real way to get them into the graveyard consistently outside of maybe like Dante milling and stuff. Like, there's no way to get them in the graveyard, not to mention you have to get both into the graveyard in order to get both on the field. Very difficult, and they're both bricks. They don't synergize with the deck. Don't play level 6 monsters in your level 3 deck that don't summon themselves from the hand. Because there's no way to consistently get them in the graveyard. They're just not good. Don't do that. Something I was actually considering, though, and don't actually do this. This is like a terrible idea. But something I was thinking about was that, again, the hard make Beatrice, something we could do. Like, the same 2 normal Burning Abyss monsters is going to end with this board, right? Then you can summon a, let's see, where is it? let's see. You could summon a Rubik. Synchro both of these into a Virgil. That gives you a level 6 monster. Then you just need like one of the other ones. You just need either the Malicious or the Sulkiest. But what I wanted to do was to play World Legacy World Crown, which is also level 6. So you would just summon it to Cherubini's Link Point. Then overlay both of these for Beatrice. This was actually something that I was thinking about, but it's not good because you're forced to play, cards like this. You're forced to play Virgil, and then, like, it's just kind of ridiculous. But the cool thing I thought was that you could play World Legacy Survivor as well, though. And so this mills 5 cards from the deck to the graveyard, adds your extender, and lets you keep playing. Also, it's a Dark Machine, so you could make Curious off of it. Like, if you just got to Seer, and then had the World Legacy World Crown. So you'd have Seer, Cherubini, and Crown. You could do Curious like that. But the problem was that Survivor has a restriction that... Let's see. I'm trying to get it in focus. You can't special summon except for Link monsters for the rest of the turn. That means no Dingirsu. And so that's kind of a downside, but that was a cool idea that I was sort of messing around with that's a little bit better than Malicious and Sulkiest in my opinion, because you're not forced to somehow get these cards into the graveyard because you're going to draw them more often than you mill them. And so it's easier to just draw your good cards instead. And then you also have another good card that mills other good cards, plus getting you into an extender. So don't do that, but it was just an idea I had. If you guys want to see World Legacy Burning Abyss Orcust, let me know. But that's it for this video, guys. These are just the basic Burning Abyss Orcust combos. Ignore that terrible stuff at the end. But hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the format.